Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James and this is Astro Motivation, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little inspiration and motivation per your unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and iPads and I this and I that, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly what the universe wanted from us. And it is with that knowledge that we were able to look down at our birth charts to see exactly where our dreams were and how to get them. And so if that sounds good to you, let's get into it. Today we're gonna get into Mercury in the 12th house. Now, this is a very highly mystical placement, okay? This is gonna give me the energy and the vibe of someone who keeps their mental faculties and their thoughts and their opinions to themselves, okay? This is gonna be someone who kind of hides what they think because what they think is so deep. But before we go ahead and really unpack that, let's go ahead and separate the aspects. That way we can do more with the information we've been given and we're not confined to Mercury in the 12th house, all right? So Mercury for me as an astrologer is always gonna show me what a person is always thinking about, all right? Just simply put, what are you always thinking about? You go to Mercury, you go to the house, and you see what this person is always thinking about. This also shows me where, if you speak about this subject that Mercury is sitting in your birth chart, that people will listen, that people will go, oh my God, wow, you're so, wow, that's such good advice per that theme that Mercury is sitting in. You will be well received when you speak about these things, okay? This is where success within your speech and within your thought process will be granted if you use it in the appropriate area, okay? Now, with Mercury, Mercury is the planet of speech, communication. There's a little bit of a sociability factor to Mercury, you know, but for the most part, it's all about what you are thinking about and what you are focusing on in this life. What is the soul focused on mentally in this life, and what do they love to talk about, all right? Now, the 12th house is ruled by Pisces and Jupiter, all right? And the 12th, now no matter what sign your 12th house may be, because that can vary and change depending on the rising sign that you may have, know that the underlining factor, the underlining ruler of your 12th house is always going to be ruled by Pisces and Jupiter, all right? And 12th house is a very unknown house. You know, they say that the 12th house is all about your past life, and it is also about the things that are just out of your scope, all right? Like, it is a thing that is lost on you, something that you don't really know how to do or that you can't access because you probably mastered it in a past life, all right? You probably done so much of that energy in a past life that now in this life you just don't focus on it. Whatever the sign is on your 12th house will show me the energy that you don't quite express or that you don't quite express openly to the world. It's something that's either lost on you, lost on your consciousness, and just lost within your personality. It's something that you don't really need to do or think about. So, and it's something that, you know, when you're looking for the 12th house, what you are really looking for is, what am I missing? What is that thing that I've got all my other ducks in a row, but what is that thing I'm missing? It's like the shadow self, you know, it's like, what is the thing that I do all these other things, but it's that part of my personality that I just don't have, that I don't cultivate, that I don't show. So that's what the 12th house is, all right? It's the house of losses. It's the house of faraway travels. It's things that are lost on you and in your life and in your personality, all right? Now, when we've got Mercury in the 12th house, this is gonna give me someone who can be very creative, all right? You can be someone that is highly, highly creative. These are for my singers. These are for my, I just wanna say my singers, because with Mercury in a Pisces driven house, this is gonna be somebody that is highly creative with their voice, all right? You could be a great singer or actor or anyone that uses their voice in a very creative way, you know, like things like that. You're just gonna love to use your mind to think about and understand spirituality and creative things, all right? You can be very hidden with your speech. You could be someone that doesn't speak up a lot, or rather not speak because for you want to take the path of least resistance, or you just don't feel that you have the courage to speak or to express unless it's within the creative realm. Unless you're being creative, you probably on a day-to-day, people are like, this person's not very articulate. This person probably doesn't say what needs to be said, and it takes a lot. Listen, it takes a lot to get you to say what needs to be said. And these are the people that will probably take on so much that get these big bursts out, like eventually. You know, so much is built up in the mind and so much is built up in the soul over time that you just seem even chill and quiet and pleasant, and you know, your emotions are okay, and then all of a sudden you just rage out. You just let everything out and you let everybody have it because you've been harboring so much for so long. And so this could be very susceptible. I want you to be very careful of my people who could fall into depression or mental health, because sometimes your mind, you don't even know what you think sometimes. Sometimes you're like, what do I think? You know I'm creative. I know I'm spiritual. I know that I know the deep meanings of life and all these things, but when things need to be said, it seems like you can't say it, or you don't have the courage to say it. You don't have the courage to fight with your words or say what needs to be said. You do know how to heal people with your words. You do know how to offer spiritual insight and spiritual wisdoms with your words. But when it comes to really standing up for yourself or saying what needs to be said in a confrontational setting or situation, sometimes you're like, no, I'm good. And so you will get people that prey on that, okay? You'll get people that use that, people that know that maybe you're not quite a fighter, or that you're not someone that will speak up for yourself. And so people will try to like use that against you, okay? So these are for my people who, let me give you an example. Like, these are for my people who constantly get into situationships with broken birds, okay? With people who are preying on the fact that we're in this situation together, we like each other, but you'll never say it, and I'm never gonna say it, so we're just gonna be in a situationship. And they prey on that. You see what I mean? People are benefiting from the fact that maybe you are not saying what needs to be said, all right? Even though you know exactly what's going on. This placement can make you highly psychic. You can be highly empathetic. You could be highly sensitive within the mind, but again, people will prey on that. They will prey on the psychic nature of that and prey on the healing factors of that. But they know that when it comes to practical things, when it comes to someone saying, hey, this is wrong, or you saying, hey, this is wrong, do you like me or not? What's up? Is this what it? You'll never do it. And so people are like, you are the perfect person to get over on, all right? So although it is good that you are someone that can be a singer or someone who is highly creative and a highly creative thinker and a spiritual thinker, and you're very psychic, the downside to this is that when it comes to practical, real world matters, it may be very hard for you to use your mind to articulate what needs to be said so that things can get done or be solidified in the real world, all right? So again, be careful of that. Does this sound like you? Are you someone that is highly creative within your thinking? Are you someone that has very prophetic dreams? You could be somebody that gets these very prophetic dreams and you can understand almost what others are thinking. You just know, like you know the secrets of the universe. Let me know in the comments below. I'm sure that you can articulate what this life is all about like better than anyone else. You are somebody that knows, like you know what this is all about. Like you are that knowledgeable in your mind about spirituality. Does it sound like you? And while you're at it, let me know the sign that your 12th house is in, and I'll write back to you what you could be experiencing, what part of your personality is missing. I know that for you, with Mercury here, sometimes it's your speech. You don't talk or you don't say things that need to be said, all right? Sometimes you may feel like you know about the spiritual things, but you don't know about the practical things. And so you could fall into that territory, all right? But I really do hope that you guys gain something out of this placement. It's a very tricky and very mysterious placement, and this is gonna usually be reserved for my artists. You're gonna be an artist with this placement more times than not. People who are using their voice in a very creative manner, their mind in a very creative manner. These could be my writers, these could be my singers, these could be my novelists, but anything creative will serve you best, and anything mystical and spiritual will also serve you best, okay? I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all have a great day. Bye.